Let's hurt some feelings. Now, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but the online coaching industry and the personal development spaces are under demonic influence. That's right. If you're a coach or you're following a coach, you're most likely under demonic influence without even realizing it. Let me list off who this applies to. Now, I got my list right here just to make it easier for me to remember, but don't get distracted with me looking at the screen. Okay, here we go. If you're a medium, a psychic, a tarot card reader, if you communicate with the dead in service to others, if you have spirit guides, if you channel, if you communicate with your ancestors, if you practice blood rituals, if you use drugs in the name of spirituality, yes, this even falls to the New Age spiritual community that uses drugs for enlightenment or to reach altered states of consciousness. It's all communion with demons. Right around now, you might be thinking that I've gone too far, but let me break it down for you. The word drugs derives from the Greek word pharmaceutica. That's where we get pharmacy from. The meaning, the translation of pharmaceutica is sorcery. Out of all of the things, it's sorcery. Now, you might think that that is a coincidence, but really? Nah. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to our list. If you're a money coach, a manifestation coach, a sensuality coach, a goddess coach, really all things goddess, this applies to you. If you're following the teachings of Abraham Hicks, Dr. Joe Dispenza, the law of attraction, the law of vibration, the secret, if you look to the universe for your answers, you have been following false doctrines and false teachings. Let's keep going. If you're a plant medicine facilitator, if you sit in ceremonies and go on journeys, if you call yourself an energy healer, if you're a trauma facilitator or a nervous system regulator, yes, there is a place for trauma healing work. Let me tell you, it's not in this spiritual realm. If you subscribe to human design, gene keys, and the numerous other modalities of trying to read your chart, if you follow spiritual systems and doctrines that continue to flood the coaching industry and wellness market to perpetuate more healing, aka just more confusion, but that's just my opinion. Let's keep going. Okay, this is the section in the program where I'm just going to piss a lot of people off, but we're just going to keep going. So if you're a yoga teacher, if you're a meditation facilitator, or use any form of meditative states as a vehicle to empty out the mind, you're actually doing a very dangerous thing. I'll explain more in a different video, but for now, the goal is not to empty the mind. The goal is to take our thoughts captive. All right, the last section here. If you are a coach or some form of a guru promoting any type of sexual fluidity, any body freedom through the means of polyamory or free love or any other spiritual jargon that's out there right now, this also applies to you. More than ever before, we are struggling with our sexual identity. We're actually just struggling with our identity as a whole. It is because we have opened up so many doors to communing with demons. So I'm going to break this down for you guys a little bit further, but first let me also insert here that this list can actually go on and on and on, because if you have not been paying attention, at least within the last decade, within the last 9 to 10 years, the coaching industry, the wellness space, the personal development space online has gone through a huge incline. I was a part of that. And so for the sake of our time and this video not turning out to be 20 minutes long, I'm going to cut the list right there. Just know that because of the portals that we have opened, spiritual portals into the spirit realm, because of that, you could literally have an online coach that says is a galactic mermaid. That's one of the ones that I've heard throughout the years. Anybody that's saying that they have access to the Akashic records, that's just a whole nother thing. I'm not going to go into it, even though I really, really want to. Okay. All right. I know that some of you guys are wondering what gives this girl the right. Before you get all triggered on me, before you start casting all your stones, I know you're probably wondering where all of this is coming from, especially coming from someone like me. But before you do that, let me just introduce myself. For those of you guys who do not know me, let me just get situated here. I'm Hemi, daughter of the King, but before I arrived here, I spent about a decade in the personal development space and the wellness space. I was a yoga teacher, meditation facilitator. I was a sensuality coach. I promoted nudity, body positivity, sex positivity, all in the name of women empowerment. I'm a trauma-trained practitioner. I spent 14 years in the mental health field as a mental health advocate and counselor. I called myself an energy healer. I had numerous clients and other practitioners who often referred to me as a true healer. And on and on and on, the titles went, all within this umbrella of spirituality. I was in the personal development space, and I wasn't just an observant in it. I was a devout student of these teachings, practices. I was all in. I spent years studying and practicing a lot of the modalities that I have listed above. What I am sharing with you today is not coming from a place of self-righteousness. It's not coming from a place of judgment. It's truly coming from a place of love. I love you enough to give you the cold, hard facts, to give you the hard truth of what you are engaging in, what you are participating with, so that you can make a better educated decision about how you want to move forward with what you're engaged. And yes, it is communing with demons. I'm going to break this down for you guys. I have a 6-part series coming out all on spiritual warfare. We're going to go into demonic systems. We're going to see how demons have infiltrated, again, the online space, how they have infiltrated our cultures, how they have infiltrated our bodies and our minds. I seriously thought I was doing the work of God. Oh boy. For years, I lived under the deceptive strategies and tactics of Satan. And it took Jesus Christ himself to come and rescue me from the dark spaces, from the dark places that I was in, and reclaim me as his own. Today, I am a servant of the kingdom of God. I am a daughter of the Most High King. I am in love with Jesus, and I've put everything else aside. I've put my reputation per se. I have weighed out I know that this is going to offend a lot of people, and I have still weighed that the most important thing is to just come out with the truth. And so it is in service of the truth and in service of you that I bring you this series. Here's what's ahead. It's going to be 6 episodes on the kingdom of heaven versus the kingdom of darkness. We're going to be talking about Satan as the adversary, his entire kingdom of demons, powers, and principalities, the spiritual deception at play. We're going to be talking about altars, rituals, and occult practices. Also, the rebranding of those ancient practices and the way that they're manifesting in this modern era. We're going to be talking about our spiritual authority as children of God. If you're not a child of God yet, if you don't identify with Jesus yet, you can learn about it. For those of you guys that are children of God and you are cross-contaminating your practices with these occult practices listed above, this will be a sobering moment for you. We're going to be talking about these spiritual weapons that we have been given, demonic systems that stay tuned. It's all coming out soon.